What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be talking about Surgeon Sparks and why I think when it's all said and done, this is going to be the best booster box in the Scarlet and Violet era. And you may disagree, but hear me out. Surgeon Sparks. Most people would say, hey, why, this is not going to be the best box because it's a Pikachu set. Yeah, Pikachu's all over the cover, Pikachu's all over the packs, but this is why right here. Latios, Latias, and Latios. Right here. These two cards, if you look at the pop reports for PSA 10s, they're on the relatively harder side to grade in 10s, first of all. Right? But this is the main reason why I believe that this box ultimately becomes the number one booster box over Paldea Evolved. I don't believe a Magikarp is going to carry that box alone. I just don't believe in that. I don't even really believe people even love that illustration like that because why would you spend $1,800 on a card if you really just care about the art when you can get a PSA 10 in Japanese for $50? I don't understand that. That's just my opinion. Don't agree with me. I don't really care. But this is why I believe Certain Sparks over the long term is going to be the most liked booster box out of it all, and it's because of the Lovebirds card. This card is the king card of the tag team era. This is the Grail. This card goes, I'm seeing sales recently $10,000. But people just love this card. It has it's just the card. People love it. And what they did in Surgeon Sparks is they literally recreated the same illustration of that card. They're just not touching. They just opened up the illustration of them both by the sunset. See? Latios by the sunset. Latios looking at Latios. This is a combined art of them both. This is Lovebirds 2.0. This is all over again. This hobby just repeats constantly. And I just want to bring this to you guys' attention. I want to be the first one on record saying that this is going to grow to be the best set in Scarlet and Violet. We all love Destin Rivals, but um, I don't know. I just have a feeling that this duo right here, especially if you can get them both in a sequential pair, which is going to be hard. They're already harder to grade, and if you can get a sequential pair of them both, it's going to do numbers. It's gonna really be nasty the amount of numbers that this set is going to do, and it's because it's overlooked. So people aren't even looking at it right now. And certain sparks every day is getting older. You know, October is gonna be a year old. It's so after a year old. Not saying that they're gonna stop printing it. You know, but what they're printing, we're absorbing it too fast. So as we're absorbing that product, people keep grading it, and it's still hard to grade, and the quality doesn't get better. You know, first year there's what the Power Force. The first year is going to be around what this 3,800 Latias in tens, and then there's 57 Latios in tens. So let's say there's 4,500 Latios in the first year, and no, let's say if there's like 6,500 Latioses this year, and then maybe 4,500 Latiases, in the first year. That's not a lot. When we see the Lugia V 20,000 pop report selling for 1,000. The you know I'm just giving you guys a play. I know this is gonna be a play. Just from the years that I've been in the hobby and I see how everything is and I see what the reaction is to this card. Me personally, I'm not paying $10,000 for this card, but there are people that got money that are gonna pay $10,000 for this card and that want this card. And the longer it goes that these two cards go under the radar and people aren't really paying attention to them because that's how the hobby works. Nobody pays attention to it. They're like, ah, whatever. That's just a Pikachu set. They don't really care about the Latios. They don't really care about the Latios. But then you're gonna wake up one day and then all the Poketubers are gonna be talking about, oh, they're gonna be saying what I'm saying right now. They're gonna be saying, oh, this is it. This is the play. Latios is up whatever percent. Latios is up whatever percent. Because the problem that they had initially was they should have made Latios a illustration rare. I mean, a special illustration rare with Latios. That would have made it even better because it would have been harder to pull Latios. Because Latios is it's just a IR. It's easier to pull than the Latios. But for the play, you're gonna need both. But it would have made it a lot better. But from what I'm seeing with the Magikarp, it really don't matter if it's an SIR, if it's an IR. People just go with the hype. And when the hype hits for these two cards, it's going to be insane. I'm just saying this is a play. Clear as day, I see it. I don't know if it's because I've been in the hobby long enough, but I see this as a play. This is clear what it's going to be. For sure, Latias is going to be more expensive than Pikachu. People, from my experience, they really don't like the Pikachu card. I mean, it's not really nothing special. He's just, it's the booty chew. That's what they call it. That's what they call it out here. They call it a whole bunch of names, man. They don't really like it. Um, you know, uh, but I think over the long term, yeah, this card right here is gonna eclipse it, and it's at $400 by itself. This is $1,000 SIR, 100%. I will, I will, I will go on that hill and say yes. This is gonna climb up to $1,000. When? Of course, I don't know when, but I think over time, um, I believe these two cards, especially if you can get them for a sequential set with them both, you're gonna be able to make a lot. You're gonna be able to cash in a lot of money, especially because the people that have this, especially, are gonna want those both if they don't have them already, and they're gonna want them both in a sequential set. But that's why I think this box is gonna be slept on. Everybody's gonna be all distant rivals, Paldea Evolve, whatever. And eventually, when those cards heat up and people are like, oh, we kind of missed the mark, which is probably going to happen around October. I would call it end of summer 2026. I think by then it'll heat up and people will want those cards. And I think over the long term, they're gonna be a good investment to make. Those cards are gonna do well. But all in all, this is the box I'm choosing to be the best, strictly because of those two cards. I mean, I like Distant Rivals, but I'm not gung ho about Distant Rivals. Um, I'm not falling into the hype. The Mewtwo card is okay, it's not that crazy. But this is just my opinion. If you disagree, comment down. Let's have a conversation about it. But I'll catch you guys in the next video.